I'm currently on Siesta Key, which is known as the world's best beach here in Sarasota, Florida, a place I've lived for the last 38 years. Now, I was born and raised in California, and I lived in Carmel, Monterey, Walnut Creek, Bay Area, San Francisco, in a town known as Antioch. And then my father got transferred to Santa Barbara. I lived in Santa Barbara from the time that I was in third grade to a sophomore in high school. And I tell you what an amazing life it was to live in Santa Barbara. Absolutely beautiful place. And I didn't realize what a great childhood I had living in California. Now I had a lot of experience having seen Northern California and Southern California, having friends in Riverside, and then going down to vacation in San Diego. So I got a good perspective of California growing up as a kid. And what's interesting, when I moved to Florida, of course, my heart was still in California. And I've been to California a lot since moving to Florida. And I'm constantly checking the real estate prices to see how things have evolved and changed there as well. So I've seen a lot of transformation in my lifetime, all centered around California. So living here in Florida, what is that like right now? Because we are seeing a huge migration of California people moving to Florida. Now, that was not the case when we moved to Florida. A lot of people wondered, you have such a good life here in California. Why would you possibly move to Florida? What could be in Florida that California doesn't have? Well, my parents, their mothers lived in an area north of here in Seminole, about an hour north of here. So we came to Florida every year on vacation. And of course, when you're on vacation, you have that vacation mind that, boy, life is absolutely perfect here. I mean, you don't have to work. You can go to the beach every day. You can go swimming. And wouldn't it be nice to just have that life the rest of your life here in Florida? And a lot of people have that same thought when they come here on vacation, is they come from up north, they come to Florida, and they think, wouldn't this be terrific? Typically, our biggest migration to Florida has been northerners, people from New York and Chicago moving to Florida because of something we don't have or really have, known as snow. And it gets so cold up there that the idea of coming on vacation to Florida and that this could be your full-time residence intrigues and brings a lot of people to our area. But we also have a lot of people that move to Florida that move back. I would say a large percentage of the people that move to Florida move right back to where they came from after a couple years, because they realize once they're here, they're not on vacation. You know, especially if you have to work or raise a family, and if your resources and your family are back up north, that's primarily the reason why people move to Florida and move out of Florida, is they realize this is not a full-time vacation if you're not retired. Now, what if you are retired? Now, Florida, culturally, that is what's so different between California and Florida, is the culture. Now, we have so many retirees here in Florida, yet they don't live here full-time. We refer to them as halfbacks or snowbirds, being they come from the snow and they come down to Florida to live here, but they have another place to live. Otherwise, they're here half time and they go back to where they're from. And in fact, my parents even did that. They told me my whole life we were going to move to Florida, and we did. And then later on, when they retired, they actually bought a property. They bought homes up in the Carolinas, and yet they still come to Florida during the wintertime because of the coldness there and the great climate here in Florida during the wintertime. So culturally, that's what's very different between California and Florida, is the culture of, we have a lot of retired people here, and yet they don't live here full time. This is a place of a lot of second homes, and as such, a lot of the condominiums along the beach are occupied during the winter. In the summertime, they're empty. In fact, a lot of condominiums, just for the most part, they stay empty up until just the wintertime. That's not uncommon. Now, understand, coming to Florida as a teenager, that was a big culture shock, because I went from an area where people lived in their neighborhood all year long to an area that we would see a huge population shift between winter and summer. One of my fond memories of California, I'll never forget, was the time my parents actually bought our home in Santa Barbara, and my mom asked our real estate agent, "Where's the AC unit?" And the realtor had said, you're going to move to Santa Barbara, you don't need an AC unit. None of the homes that I showed you have AC units. It's not something you need here in Santa Barbara because the climate is so perfect throughout the year. That proved to be absolutely correct. It was a perfect temperature, and we didn't need an AC unit in Santa Barbara. Well, that's not the case in Florida. Climate-wise, you're moving to the tropics when you live in Florida, and it gets hot here. And if you're here full time, you kind of get used to it. If you're working there, but if you're retired, a lot of retirees choose to have second homes. They have a home here, and either a place where they came back from, or the Carolinas are a big pull to snowbirds, halfbacks. So living here has been an amazing experience for me. And just to kind of discuss some real benefits here. Now, understand, my heart is still in California. Being born and raised in a place, you always think about your happy childhood and how nice it would be, and to go back to that place. And I wonder what would happen if we had never left, if I had stayed in California and never moved to Florida. Well, the biggest plus that Florida offers is affordability, and that has been a major aspect of my life, is to be able to live here and have a really amazing quality of life in Florida that I don't think I would have in California starting out. Now, when I was 21 years old, I purchased my first home, was able to buy rental properties. I've been self-employed in sales, and I've had an amazing life in Florida that I don't think would have happened in California, especially if I was in a place where I wouldn't be able to purchase my own home. Now, what's kind of strange right now is the neighborhood that I live in, the last 4 homes have all sold from California buyers. California has moving to Florida has become more impactful than I've ever seen in my 35 plus years in the real estate business. Mainly, obviously, there's reasons why people are leaving Florida, or leaving California, should I say, but are you prepared for what's ahead? And again, Florida is different. The two major aspects of that are culture. This is a place of retirement, tourism, and it's become more stable. We see more kids and more families here than we've had before, but that's a lot different, because regardless of where you live in Florida, you're gonna probably have residents that don't live there year round, that's just their second home. And the other thing, obviously, is the climate. Florida, you're in the tropics, and the tropics mean that it rains here a lot. It's absolutely beautiful, and you'll have a storm, and another hour later, it'll be bright and sunny again. So, but it gets hot, right? So it gets hot, and if you're not prone to the heat, some people just move. Some people just make this their winter residence, and others just get used to it. But Florida has been an amazing life for me. I still miss California, but I wouldn't go back. Not especially if it's a place that I couldn't live the quality of life that's even close to what I have here. So that's my experience in living in California and living in Florida. And again, my name is Troy Funk. I'm the broker of Realty One Group Skyline on the central west coast of Florida. If I can help you with any of your real estate needs, certainly contact me below. And if you've liked this video, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.